Hey, what's up? I'm Ian from College Cost Consultant, and welcome to another College Cost Chat where I do my best to take my over 10 years worth of financial aid experience and fit it into short, informative videos to do whatever I can to help people prepare for the cost of getting a college education. Here are my month of March and April tips for soon-to-be graduating high school seniors who are planning on going to college for the upcoming academic year. First, let's go over what you should have done by now. You should check out my month of February tips video for more details on this stuff, but in short, you should have done your FAFSA application, maybe the CSS profile depending on the college you attend, and search for additional scholarships and grants. You should have also started getting award letters from colleges and have been looking over those award letters to make sure everything looks as you expect it to financial aid-wise. You should have also started to figure out the actual out-of-pocket cost to attend the colleges and universities you're considering by checking out their websites for their cost estimators or their cost calculators, and then subtracting the award letter information from that to get your actual out-of-pocket total. You should also start inquiring about additional opportunities for financial aid at the different colleges you're considering. I've got a whole other video on requesting additional financial aid, so check that out for more details. Okay, so during the months of March and April, colleges tend to have their accepted students events, usually called Accepted Students Day or something like that. Accepted Students events allow students who've been accepted to the college or university the chance to visit the campus, talk with representatives of different majors and degree programs, speak to individuals in the billing office or the financial aid office to get an idea of finances. It's pretty much an opportunity to visit the campus and get a feel for things overall. Accepted Students Days offer more than just an opportunity to get a feel for the campus. They also allow you to answer what I feel is the most important question, which is how much is a particular college going to cost, and is it worth the out-of-pocket bottom line cost to go there? With the information you get from your award letter and the estimated cost calculators and cost estimators on the college's websites, it's now time to talk to the financial aid and the billing offices to make sure you have a full understanding of exactly what you're going to pay out of pocket. You can then use that information when you're talking with the different academic departments to decide if that degree program is worth the price tag. When you're trying to figure out which major you want to go into, you might want to ask about the job placement rate upon graduation, or if there are any internships, or the average expected salary upon graduation. And you want to weigh this information with the cost of the college so you can narrow down which major and which college you want to commit to. Also, make sure you're clear on any admissions deposit deadlines so you know how much time you have to make your decision. You'll also want to know when bills are going to be sent out and when they'll be due, as well as if there are any payment plan options just in case the amount due and the timeline don't quite work for you, because typically the full balance is due at the beginning of each semester unless you enroll in some type of payment plan or deferred payment option. Also, when you're visiting the campus, you have a chance to check out the different housing and meal plan options. This is important because these days the cost of housing and meals, also called room and board, can sometimes be equal to or even more than the actual cost of tuition. Tuition rates are pretty uniform at colleges, meaning they're about the same for every student with respect to in-state or out-of-state restrictions. However, housing and meal costs tend to vary, and you typically have some flexibility when deciding which meal plan and which dormitory you're going to pick. For instance, basic or older dormitories tend to be more reasonable, while the newer, more modern options are going to cost you more. And likewise, if you're going to be living in a single one-person dormitory, you're going to pay more than you would if you were sharing a space between 2, 3, or maybe even 4 students. And with meal plans, there are usually different tiers of service that allow different levels of access to the cafeteria and or different amounts of flexible spending dollars that can be used in and around campus for different food options, convenience stores, or maybe at local shops in the area. If a student eats a lot, then maybe the unlimited or the most expensive meal plan might be worth the cost. If a student doesn't eat a whole bunch, you might want to go with a cheaper option. Keep in mind that first and second year students are typically restricted in the type of meal plans they can choose. And this is something that you want to know in case you were planning on saving a couple hundred or maybe a couple $1,000s on the meal plan, only to later find out that the student is required to get a more expensive meal plan. And likewise, if a student has dietary restrictions or allergies that need to be and can be accommodated, you want to know if this is going to have any effect whatsoever on the amount you're going to be billed for the meal plan before it's time to pay. So in short, February is for information gathering. You're looking at the actual costs of colleges and universities. You're subtracting out their financial aid award letters, and then you're getting bottom line so that you can begin to set a list of schools that you can afford to go to. In March and April, you want to take that list of schools that you've narrowed down that you're able to afford, and you actually go and visit them during their Accepted Students Day events. It's during this time that you're able to fully solidify your understanding of the costs as well as your expectations upon graduating with certain degrees. Yeah, I want you to check out the campus and the social stuff. That's all cool, but none of that matters if you can't afford to go to the school in the first place. And as you're figuring out the finances, remember, the cost is going to be for the next 4 to 5 years. Make sure this is a long-term commitment that you can not only afford, but it's going to be worth the return on your investment. And when you're absolutely certain that you can afford a school and that it's the right fit for you, you can go ahead and make your deposit, but don't rush it. Colleges usually have their Accepted Students events in March and throughout April, so you've got plenty of time to take your time to make the best decision for you and your specific situation. I try to squeeze as much information into these videos as possible, but it is pretty condensed. So if you've got any additional questions, you can leave a comment or send me a direct message and I will get back to you. By all means, please check out my video about what you should be doing in the month of February. This is the video for the months of March and April, as Accepted Students events tend to span March and April. And the next video in this series will be about what you should be doing in the month of May as you finalize all your financial obligations and preparations for attending college. If you need more hands-on guidance than I can provide in my short videos that I post online, please head over to my website, collegecostconsultant.com. There you can find more information about me and what I do, as well as sign up for one of our information sessions or book a one-on-one consultation. Signing up is easy. You pick the service, date, and time that's best for you. Provide some basic information about yourself so I know how best I can help you. And then we'll see each other digitally on Zoom, where I will do the best I can to help you prepare for the cost of going to college. My services are donation-based, so you only pay what you want if you can, and only if you feel the information and the services I provide are worth it to you. You can also follow and subscribe to my Instagram and YouTube pages where I post most of my content and ask your college cost questions there. Man, that's about it. I'm Ian Davis for collegecostconsultant.com, and I'm looking forward to helping you figure out the cost of college and how best you can afford it. Later.